How you feeling? One episode out.
I'm feeling good, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm also tired. Just
Me
got back
too.
from the gym. Be back in bias today. Um,
Beautiful, beautiful.
yeah, I'm starting to realize I don't like the bicep curl machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one where like you put your arms on the
Yeah,
pillow
and
and
you
then
bring
like
it up. Yeah.
I don't like it, man. I don't know why. I feel like I need to start using the free weights instead because like I feel like I can hardly lift 30 with that with like the
Mm-hmm.
machine. And like it's technically 30 split between two arms, but my arms don't move that
You
way.
don't feel like you have a good range of motion on the machine. For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
It
maybe I should
locks
switch
you
over
into
to
that. I mean, there's
yeah.
ways. Like people do it like from like the side and everything like that. But
Might actually do that. That's actually a good suggestion right there.
I definitely prefer free weights when it comes to biceps.
Hmm.
Or I get the bicep curl bar, hook it to one of those like the little pulleys, the pull down thing.
Cable drones.
Yeah, bring it down to the bottom and just use the bar, the
That's
bicep bar,
good
and do
too.
that.
I might switch it up and do that instead, just because the machine is becoming worse now. Like when I first started, and like I had that first week of a really bad arm pain where I couldn't straighten my arm out fully like this, and it was stuck like at this angle.
Mm-hmm.
That was bad, but I could do that machine really easily for some reason. And like today I went and I had it I think on like 20. Like
Right.
that was it. And I was struggling. Like I would get the first 3 going perfectly fine, and then like on the fourth one I would be like this slow coming up. And I'm like, what's happening? This is 10 pounds per arm. There's no way that I
Mhm.
can't do this, but apparently my fucking arms were not feeling it
You
today.
just gotta loosen up, man.
I don't do that.
Are you
Stiff.
talking? You talking about today in general? I thought you meant like one of the first times you wwere going.
Oh no, it was just today in general. In general, I love that machine and
Mhm.
like biceps and whatnot, but for some reason today it just felt not right. I don't know.
Those days
But
happen.
hmm,
Like me and
yeah,
Seal, they
man.
talked about it before, but like I love the dips, the unassisted dips. You just go on those bars and just like there's days in there and I'll just bang 30 in a row, right? But then
I
there's
still can't do that one.
but no, but there's days I go in there and I don't feel like going, but like, no, you gotta go to the gym. And I'll
Hmm.
hit like 12 and I'm just like
Dying.
just can't lift my body up.
I don't think I can do one of those. I'm still not at the stage where I can support my own like body weight yet with
Mm-hmm.
my arms.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the machine version of that where it's the
The sit down
like
one?
the sit down one, like it
Yeah.
moves with you. Like I like that one because like you can choose what you want. I don't like the one that has like the little pad that goes out for like pull-ups and shit that people use. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then you stick the weight on it and like it alleviates how much weight you're pushing up and down as opposed to that's what you're pushing, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
I know what you mean.
Or pulling, I guess, pushing or pulling because you could do pull-ups on it too. But like I don't like that one because it doesn't look like not the cool, but like you look more goofy than you already do at the gym doing
Yeah,
any of the
yeah.
other machines. That
Feel
one
like
makes
you're
me
not
be
over
like,
there doing a flawless exercise.
yeah. I feel like I'm like on moon shoes, but the advanced version.
Mhm.
So I don't fuck with that shit. But yeah, man.
It's like,
Other than
look, I'm
that,
doing it.
guys, look, it's like at 300 pounds. I'm like, look how strong I am with my pointer
It
fingers,
does feel like
guys.
it messes your it messes your like how you feel this should go, your perception
Mhm.
of the workout up. Because it was like, man, this is too easy.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
killing
just stay
this.
away from it. I saw some lady on it today, and like she was an older woman, so like whatever. If she doesn't know actually how to use it, but she wasn't using it for dips or pull-ups.
Mhm.
She was putting a single foot on it and then pushing down the weight as like a half squat almost,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
then switched to the other side to have like her foot on the platform and did it with her other leg.
mhm.
And I was like, this isn't like not an exercise. So like I can't judge you for doing this, but I'm also like this is not how you use this machine.
For an older
Like,
woman, she's probably not trying to use it for. She's probably like just getting range of motion, some
oh
kind of
yeah.
activity. She's probably pretty stationary in her regular life.
My issue is more so like if I did want to use that machine, which obviously it's not that big of a deal to me because I avoid that machine every time.
Mm.
But she's like using her shoe
She got her dirty old lady foot on there.
Yeah, like the bottom of her shoe, which is everyone's bottom of their shoe is disgusting. She's just putting it on the pad where people's knees are supposed to go, and that's like direct skin contact most times.
Just hear a guy yell across the room, like, I got dirty old lady shoe crust on my knee.
I mean, it seems like it because she don't wipe her shit either, which is another thing that's fucking that fucking triggers me more than anything else when I see someone walk away from a machine
and
after
don't
they're
wipe
like
it down.
drenched. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'll wipe down the elliptical everywhere, even if I don't touch it anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, bruh. I don't know. But yeah, man. How are you doing though? That's my gym struggles in life.
I'm all right. Like, it's just a whirlwind as usual. You were here Monday, so you saw how we could go.
Dude, I want more of that soup.
Yo, I killed more of that soup yesterday. I think there's like half of like a bowl left in the fridge.
What were the little noodles called again? They look like rice, but like if you hit like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids thing on it, like 0.5%, but it's bigger.
It's a kind of noodle. Not lentils.
That's a bean, isn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a bean. She just made something with lentils like 2 weeks ago. That's why it's in my mind.
I think beans were in it too, if I'm correct.
It was, what was in it? Carrots, those rice, are they rice noodles? Chicken, lemon,
orzo.
That's what it was. And something green.
Celery was in it, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It all worked together very well, and butter.
Yeah, and lemon. Lemon was in it. Yeah. Did you say lemon or
I did, but you're still correct.
I was looking up orzo. That's why I'm like, did I miss that entirely? The answer is yes. It was the best part was sitting next to Trenton eating and him pretty much not making it a splash pad.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just like a pool of soup around him, and after like 3 sips, he's like, I don't like the lemon in this. Can I take it out? And I just looked over at him and I'm just like, I want to see your train of thought here and how you could do this.
How can you extract
the lemon juice from liquid? Like,
right.
Let's think about this. Does it science?
Somehow he does it. We're like,
fucking kid's a genius and you never knew it.
Right. But yeah, you saw how that evening went. And then yesterday, Adrian woke up a little under the weather, which I think was more so due to just exhaustion, just because life. So I stayed home.
That's why you were home.
Yeah.
You sent me a Snapchat or something, and I was like, it's 1:00. How is this motherfucker home right now?
Yeah, like usually staying home is like, yeah, I planned this. When you don't plan it and it's not for a favorable reason, it's just like, I would have rather gone to work.
Yeah.
Because like she was sick and I don't want her to be sick. But since she is sick, that's one parent just down. She just rested all day. So the rest of my day is just Brendan right here. And I'm like doing things around the house and running things up to her and feeding him and changing diapers. It was like, I was up from like 4 a.m. to 1 a.m. this morning. And it was one of those nights where like anything that could go wrong will go wrong. Like I'm on the couch. I think me and you were going back and forth about stuff we're getting together for the 100th episode. And you hit me in the Discord. And as I'm talking to you, my internet just goes out. Just go for no good reason. It just goes out. I look at my router. It's like regular lights. And I look over again. It's just red. I'm like, nobody moved. Like what happened? And then I go on Verizon and it was like, everything's fine. I'm like, no, it's not. I just have no internet now.
Did you just unplug it and plug it back in and it worked?
I did that. I tried. It didn't work for once.
Oh, shit.
So now I'm like, this better come back because Adrian works from home. So if
Mhm.
tomorrow, because this is at like 12:30 at night, I'm like, so if
Jesus.
tomorrow there's no internet, there's a problem. So I kind of just quit at that point because I was already like dead at that point.
Mhm.
So I go upstairs, get in bed, and Adrian kind of wakes up, and I just laid there and I'm just like, yeah, Trent and Brendan's been crying for hours, but I finally got him down. And then of course I sit him on the bed and he wakes up. But then I'm like, and I was like, oh yeah, and also by the way, the internet is not a thing. She's like, wait, what?
Jesus.
So
And you're just already out.
I was so tired, but we both get on like Verizon and we're like, what on the website? Like, what is going on? And then I
Mhm.
go on like the little chat thing and it's like, there's an outage in your area. I'm like, okay, I guess it updated to tell me that there's an outage.
Yeah.
But then Adrian went on the same site on her phone and it just was like, everything's good to go. I'm like, what is happening? So finally, she just tests it out at like 20 minutes later and throws like a YouTube video up to the TV and it just works. I'm like, so it works now? She's like, yeah, it's back. I'm like, I'm going to sleep before anything stupid else happens. Like, I don't know what's going on.
God damn.
Look out the side, like, oh yeah, your car exploded. What? Why?
Don't worry, it's just a minor outage in your
This
area.
is an outage in my there's an outage in my non-exploding car.
Yeah.
So it
God
exploded.
damn.
But it'll be back soon.
Shit,
Um,
man.
so that was that. That was yesterday. Other than that, today was pretty normal, barring any just knock on
Knock
some
on
wood.
wood, dude. I was
Yeah.
gonna say you better knock on something in IKEA as of this point.
Right. But that's why we're gonna record this now, record this early, record this quickly,
Yeah.
before anything else, before Verizon's like, nah, I'm going to sleep. Just turn it all off.
God damn, man. Hey, if anything, you might have some time to play some games. If Adrian's, is she feeling better though, or
Yeah,
is
she's
she?
feeling better.
It was
She
like a
just
1 day thing from exhaustion. You
Yeah,
think
she
more?
just needed like, neither one of us are sleeping much, but
Hmm.
she's at home all day with the baby and working and got to be up to feed him and through the
Hmm.
night and he wakes up and he's sleeping irregularly and uh you know
Yeah.
how like sometimes I'll get on here and be like, yeah, I didn't eat at all. Like sometimes she goes through that and I'm just like, well, you cannot do that. Like you have to eat.
If one of us isn't gonna eat, it's not gonna be you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not saying that directly added to that, but over time you do that enough plus not getting a lot of rest.
Yeah. Shit stacks up after a while.
Yeah, so she pretty much chilled that whole day and I just was running around the house in circles doing
With
everything and
vomit all over you.
with vomit on me and a screaming child and then also crying myself. So
Jesus. Well, the lucky part about that, I don't know if it's super lucky, but next week we're off
yes, we
from
are.
this podcast. So
Yeah.
that's not something you got to worry about. I don't know if that's going to change much of the situation going on for you,
Me and you
but
will still link up, but there'll be no
yeah,
podcast.
we'll see what happens. To say the least, it'll be a time for maybe the 2 hours that we normally record with.
Was that Google?
Yeah, I didn't say anything relatively close to making that coming up, whatever. But like I was saying, maybe the 2 hours that we used to record, you could use as relaxing time in
True.
next week's window, whenever that is,
We'll see what
in the
life
new
throws at me.
recording schedule that we gotta iron the details of.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be too hard either. But
Yeah.
also, I bought a new router, a stronger one. So maybe all those internet issues that we were having previously will never be a thing again.
Maybe. That's very good.
I
What's
didn't
this
hook
one's name gonna be? Because you got Hogsmeade and
Hall of Justice.
yeah. What's next?
I don't know. We were throwing around names. I was like, what should we call this one? What should our Wi-Fi thing be? And I gave her the idea, like, what if we called it the Mushroom Kingdom, right? But I was like, nah, I feel like that's too long. I feel like it has to be like
Yeah.
one. Well, even though Hall of Justice we had it all one word, but it's
You
technically
also
three.
have an H theme going on right now too. Hogsmeade, Hall of Justice. What's another H location?
uh, that's not an H. I was about to say whorehouse.
You should make it whorehouse with an H instead of a W.
True, I should. I don't know. Halloween Town. I don't know.
Halloween Town High, yo.
I've never even seen that. She has.
Pitch it to Adrian, see what she says.
She'll be like, "Oh yeah, like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
And then you tell her it was me that gave the suggestion, and I get more soup and baked goods.
Every time you come over, she's just giving you things and yelling at me, and then you back her up.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, here's the thing: even if I backed you up, I'd still probably get offered the baked goods or soup or whatever. But I would be like, it would be like this situation. She'd be like, "You want like a brownie, Chris, or something?" Like it would have like a tone, because I'm not defending her when she's right, even though you're always wrong. In every situation, if you listen to this, Adrian, I like lemon flavored things. Anyway,
He has made lemon things before.
Yeah, she was mentioning that recently. I forget what she was saying during the soup making. I think she was like, "Oh, you don't like fruits. I have lemon in the soup." I'm like, "No, that's the one fruit I exclusively love, actually."
She hit the one fruit lottery.
Yeah. That, lemon and lime, which are the same thing pretty much, but you know. Lyman. You ever taken a yellow and a green Skittle and then squished it really hard between your fingers and made a Sprite Skittle?
No, but
it's really good.
I'm sure I've taken a lemon and lime Skittle and just eaten it together.
You gotta squish it. You ever squish a Skittle? You never squished a Skittle?
Yes. I think we were all familiar with what a squished Skittle looks like.
Squish Skittles are dope. They look like Goku when he goes into a fucking wall in a fight in Dragon Ball Z.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
that's
like
the
it's
crazy
just
part.
That. Picture if I remember to edit. Fuck.
Everybody eat your Squittles. Squish Skittles.
That could be a thing that they make, and I would buy.
Skittles, if you're listening, sponsor us.
Just get like a hydraulic press and just like any of the crappy ones, they just and then just put it in a bag, you know?
The commercial is just that. They come down on 2 Skittles. Yeah. But when it comes up, it's just the words about it, like Squittles.
Oh yeah, it's like crush the rainbow, squish the rainbow.
Squittles.
Squittles.
Well, it's like Squirtle. Got a title.
Yeah, Squittles. That was easy enough to do.
Exactly.
Well, are we ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's do this. Do this thing.
Hell yeah. The show. Theme song. We're ready to do this to cross the threshold.
Let's go.
Level up, gamers, and everyone in between. And welcome back to the Save Before Quitting podcast. As always, I am joined by my lovely co-host over here.
I'm so lovely, and I'm also Ant.
Yeah. And I am Chris. He's only Ant on the weekends. During the week, he is Dad. That is it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his only thing. But as always, you can follow us everywhere that there is social and media following behind it at savebeforequitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty. Sorry. Adrian's up there talking to Trent, and I'm like, is everything okay? I was like listening and also
it's the what did he do to get her mad this time?
It ain't hard.
There it is.
It ain't hard for him.
It is definitely not. I don't know if we'll get into that on this podcast or ever, but
no, we won't.
It was a time. Let's just say that on Monday. It was a time.
You technically saved him because I think
dude,
you probably would have gone off more if you weren't also there.
Probably. But all that aside, you can also go to our fucking website, savebeforequitting.com to pick up some of our new motherfucking merch.
So much new merch.
Yeah.
We're doing this
new merch for the Bitch Made series, which is officially back as of this week. Literally just played last night some Little Nightmares. I played the tutorial of that, which was way longer than I thought a tutorial was going to be. I thought I was just playing the main game,
Right.
but no.
No.
And we have a very good clip from that.
That's pretty good.
Because if you haven't been to the Twitch in a while, there's a new plugin called Blurp attached to our channel in which you pretty much can just cause sounds to go off live in the stream. It was fun.
It was fun.
It jump scared me a decent bit, and that sucked ass for me.
That was great. That was so funny.
I'm glad people liked it because I was stressing. But I'll be doing that again this coming Thursday. If you're an audio amigo, I will be streaming that tonight. If you're an audio amigo,
Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay.
I'll be streaming again. And then motherfucking, is today Tuesday?
Today's Wednesday.
I'm so stupid. I'm so tomorrow.
Technically, yes.
My brain is frazzled this week, but there will be no Figure Friday this week on Twitch. But in the meantime, you can go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/savebeforequitting, where there are plenty of backlogged Patreon podcasts that you can go watch for the $5 tier and up.
Faux show.
2 podcasts a month, ad free. By ad free, I mean we don't get ads anyway, so it's fine.
Yep.
But
when we do,
when we get one, ooh, you just wait.
But when we get one, they'll be on the main show and not.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then we can advertise that the Patreon pod has no ads.
True.
Boom.
True.
But until then, there's that. And then if you go to the collector's tier, at the end of every single month, we do a live podcast in which we bring you guys onto the stream where we talk about whatever you guys feel like, whether it be a question that you have or even just a random topic, which is always a good time. A lot of people can't make it every single time. So sometimes there's a lot of people, sometimes there's one person. But either way, they're always fun.
Yeah, always. So, yeah. There's always something to look forward to.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I think that's all the shilling that I have for today. Now that that's all said and done, and what have you been playing this week?
Amazing question, Chris.
Let me down here.
Oh man, is this gonna be? This might be the first week in a while. Did I? I might not have played anything this week.
Shit.
No, definitely not over the weekend. Weekend was packed.
You didn't even touch your Steam Deck at all?
Nope. Yo, first time in a while. I have played nothing this week. Oh man, sounds like some
one of the old episodes.
Merch.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. It is like an old episode. Yeah, because this last weekend was busy as hell, which is why we had to record the Patreon Sunday night.
Was it Sunday? I thought it was Monday.
It was Sunday night.
Monday was
when you came here.
I'm dumb. Sorry.
And we didn't also play nothing when you came here. So if it wasn't the weekend, and it couldn't have been before that because the podcast had just come out right before the weekend. Yeah. And it wasn't this week. I didn't play anything.
God damn.
I haven't even caught up like with TV either. Like I'm behind one episode of She-Hulk, which
that's the best
matter.
Episode 2, man.
Which wouldn't that's what I'm about to say, which doesn't matter because if you go anywhere on the internet, I already know what it's about. I just haven't watched it myself.
You know what it's about, but you don't know the dynamic of the situation.
I know the dynamic because the internet ruins everything.
Listen. You don't know though. Plus the season finale is tomorrow too. Yeah. So
that's why I'm also not mad. I'm like, all right, I'll just knock them all. Now I got an hour to watch, or I have 2 episodes full to watch.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably watch She-Hulk tonight though, because since we're recording this early,
you have the time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just been doing a whole lot of family house stuff.
Playing the game of life, as we used to say.
Yeah. Did I tell the farmer's market story?
I think you did on the
On the
Patreon
Patreon, right?
podcast. Yeah, I
Okay.
think.
Go to the Patreon to find out what I did over the weekend. No.
Yeah, you definitely did. I think so.
I'm about to say I know I told this story somewhere. I
Yeah.
don't know if me and you just talked about it or what.
I think it was on the Patreon. I could be wrong because I think that's how we started the episode before we got to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
improv and stuff. Go subscribe to the Patreon. You'll
Improv
definitely want
2
to.
is the best Patreon episode.
Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. Kristen, what did you play this week?
I have been playing so many games, and by so many games, I mean like 4. So to start it off, obviously Cyberpunk. I have been fully invested in that. I just finished the Edge Runners Netflix series, which is phenomenal. Loved it so much. I watched the first episode about 2 weeks ago when it first came out, and that's when I picked up Cyberpunk again for the first time, like right when the show came out.
Yeah.
And I was just sporadically watching the season, like when I go to the gym and do like my cardio, that's what would be up on my phone for a little bit. And I wouldn't get like full episodes in because I think I do like 30-40 minutes of cardio, so I get like one episode in and then half of another. But I finally finished it, and like if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's phenomenal. It's a prequel to the game, which is not that it has much that connects, to be fair. The game connects itself to the show now that the show is out. There's a couple missions and a couple items in games that you can get that are direct from the show that they added in, which is pretty cool. Other than that, I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite just on the side because I'm trying to get my battle pass up a little bit.
Of course.
I'm not super into Fortnite at the moment because there's, another game that I've been playing, which is Overwatch 2.
Finally, this man has been playing it.
I am good at this game, more so than 1, which is weird to me because I don't know why I'm better at this game, but I'm better. Characters that I couldn't play in 1 and I was just not good at, they just feel better now in 2, even if there's like very minuscule changes that happened.
Right.
So that's interesting to me, and it makes me want to try out more characters that I just completely wrote off and was like, I will never play this character again in Overwatch 1. But I want to definitely try out some more. Obviously, the new 2 heroes are great. Kiriko the healer is cool. I haven't played her much, but playing with her on the team is fun.
Yeah.
And then the new tank character, Junker Queen, is fucking awesome.
Well, her trailer was dope, so I was hoping she would at least be a good character.
Dude, she's so fun. She's got like a scatter shot shotgun that has 6 shots in it. And she has a fucking big ass knife that you literally Call of Duty throwing knife at someone and then can recall it to you. So you pull someone close to you and then you pick up this giant axe that's on your back and you can use that as a swinging motion. And it's just phenomenal. Like the combos you can do with her, and her ult's not the best, I don't think. But other than that, I'm a huge fan of her. And I've been playing a lot of Cassidy, which was McCree back in the day, but now Cassidy, because of Blizzard and such. But yeah, man, it's just been fun, even with all the bullshit that happened. Obviously, the thing that's, and we'll get into this in the news because there is a news story regarding that. But it's really, it shouldn't have happened the way it happened. I feel like the main thing that was like irritating to me, more so than it was happening, was the fact that Blizzard wasn't really communicating a regular schedule of like what was going down, what they were working on.
I know that was like a big thing.
That was the thing that was making me mad, because I'm just like, I understand y'all are working, but like give constant updates, like on like every 2 to 3 hours or maybe even 4. Like I don't need like an hourly update of like the situation.
Yeah.
I just need some sort of communication of like, okay, we thought it was this, it wasn't this, now we're trying this instead. It's still down, guys. Stuff's really bad at the moment, or like it's getting better, we found one of the issues, blah blah blah. Or even just directly stating that they were getting DDoS attacked, which they didn't for the first one.
Yeah, the transparency was way off.
Yeah.
But surprisingly so. You know what I mean? It was just like, I figured you guys would be like really communicative and saying, hey, this is the issue. Especially with that company, and especially with the severity of what was going on.
Exactly.
They were oddly quiet.
It was weird. And then like it was also like the main page for Overwatch only did like maybe 2 tweets the main week that it was going on, like with like the known issues and like some downtimes.
Right.
But then like the creative director, I think, tweeted out a couple times talking about what was going on. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't follow this guy because it's just some guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Blizzard customer service was also like tweeting stuff, but none of it was relevant. And like they were pretty much just copying and pasting the link that Overwatch's page posted. So that was kind of annoying. And I'm like, I need consistency to make sense of what's going on, because you took this game away from us and gave us a new game, even though it's not really a new game at all. And you just expect me to be okay with the fact that you took away a game I paid for.
Exactly.
And then I gave you more money for this game, and I didn't have that for like a full week.
And that's the biggest BS part, because it's like we talked about this last episode, but still, like, you spent money. If it's different if you spend money and then it's like, hey, this is happening, bear with us, blah blah blah. But to spend money, not be able to get in, everything's confusing, people are complaining, and no communication, it's like, did you rob me? What the fuck are you doing?
And then people on Twitch are playing the game, like,
yeah, and then some people are, which makes it even more like ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's working now, knock on wood. And we'll talk about what they're doing regarding that in the news. But it's been fun, man. Overwatch 2 is cool. I'm hoping to see you get on it soon because it's free to play.
Yeah.
I want to play with Ryan as well, because he never got Overwatch 1, even though I begged him multiple times to get it back, like when he had, I mean, he still has his PS4, but like back when we were both PS4 gaming, I was like, get Overwatch, and he just never did. But yeah, man, I don't know. So that it's been fun, to say the least. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to go on with the Halloween event, which is coming up in a week or so. Yeah, and then my last game that I played was motherfucking Little Nightmares on twitch.tv. You can go check out that VOD if you want to, or I'm going to literally make a YouTube video out of it, and Bitchmade is going to pretty much exist that way, where it's going to be kind of a stream highlight video, but it'll make sense more so as like the way that it's being posted. And then also, once we get together and play some games for Bitchmade as well, because we want to play at least 1 to 2 games together that we know of at the moment. And I'm pretty sure one of them won't be in a live setting. One will just be like us playing.
Yeah, we're just playing it. I mean, I guess it could be, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah. But I've been thinking about, since the remake is coming out, and I know I said this before, playing the original Dead Space, because I never played it. I'm like, I feel like that's a horror game, horror sci-fi game. So
RE4 too. That's another one that.
True. But see, I didn't want to. So many people have streamed or has posted or played RE4 online. You know what I mean? And I was like, I think I'll play that. I'm playing that for me.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I'm gonna like stream that or record that.
All right.
I mean, I got RE2. I didn't start that yet. But I'm really thinking about this Dead Space, the OG Dead Space.
All right. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's about it for me. Other than that, I mean, media consumption update, I guess. That's how they say it at Haptic. Obviously, watched She-Hulk last week. Phenomenal episode. Can't wait for the finale tomorrow to see where it goes from how it was left off without spoiling anything. I think that this show has really been like the best ever, like Marvel show, because the writing in this is phenomenal. The tone is so good. The only thing that I'm like about is like the CG is a little bit iffy in certain spots, but not like bad. You know what I mean? It's
not offensive, but there are certain spots where you're just like, it's up there.
Okay. But other than that, there's a movie that I watched on Netflix. 1 second. I need to look it up because it was an actual good movie. Where the fuck is it? Is there a way to see what you've watched on Netflix? It's not like I don't know what the word is.
Well, you would think. I know they have a continue watching section.
Yeah,
I
that's what
don't
I'm
know
looking
about.
at. Fuck.
I don't know.
Maybe if I can find it here. Well, I remember the title. I just remembered it. Shit. So I watched this movie called I Was Famous Once. It's a Netflix original, and it's the main character is the dude from not Daredevil, from Deadpool 1, Ajax,
Okay, yeah,
the bad guy. He's the main character, and pretty much it starts off with he's a what's it called? He used to be in a boy band when he was like young. And you know how boy bands go, they break up, and he's kind of like on the street now a little bit, trying to perform and make his own solo thing, but it's not working out. One of his bandmates is like the world's most famous artist and stuff, and he's performing on the street one day, and this autistic kid who plays the drums comes up and starts like playing along to his music, and it goes viral on like Instagram and shit. So they like start like hanging out, but like the kid's mom is hesitant because, you know, you want to keep your kids safe, especially if they're dealing with autism. And it was just really heartwarming, the movie itself.
Yeah.
And the music in it was good. The acting was phenomenal. And I was just
firing on all cylinders there.
I was just surprised by it. I saw it on TikTok. Straw Hat Goofy, who's my movie guy on TikTok. He suggested it like one day. He's like, it's a surprisingly decent movie for what it is. It's got Ajax from Deadpool in it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking sold me. I'll watch it. And then I was like, at the end, like in tears, like, shit, yo. Like, that was good.
Shit's
and I was
real,
like,
fam.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scoob. I don't know why I was Shaggy right there for some reason.
Shit's real, Scoob. But other than that, I also started watching I think it's Kid Cudi movie.
Oh, that intergalactic movie?
Yeah, dude. And it's really good so far. Ironically, I was also, I keep bringing up TikTok. I was on TikTok, and there was this comic book writer that was on my For You page. And he looks very similar to the main character in Intergalactic. And I was like, that's weird. And the TikTok was about that, pretty much. And he's like, wow, that guy really looks like me in this movie. And then he's like, starts to realize that a lot of the stuff that's happening in this movie is imitating his own life as a comic writer. And he makes a comic, and he's put it out independently himself. I actually bought it, and I haven't received it in the mail yet. But like, I got a physical copy of it, and fucking dude, like, his art style is phenomenal, and it looks very similar to the movie. There's even a part where he's like, well, at least there's not this thing happening that happens in my comic that doesn't happen in the movie, and then it happens in the movie. So I was like, this is odd, but it's phenomenal. It's so fucking good. I didn't finish it yet. I still got an hour left on it because I was watching it at the gym. But if you haven't seen that, go fucking watch it, because goddamn, it's Spider-Verse, but better.
Very Spider-Verse-esque.
Yeah.
Art style wise.
Yeah. It's also animated the exact same way too. It's animated on twos, so it's a little bit choppy looking. Not like in a bad way, but like it's done on purpose to make it look like almost like a PowerPoint presentation slightly. And then the last thing, I started up the TV show The Midnight Club on Netflix, which is another one of those like horror series that gets released around this time, like Haunting of Bly Manor and a couple others. So I started that, and first episode was really good so far for what it is. It's pretty much like a bunch of kids who were diagnosed with terminal cancer, and they go to this like house that's like a retreat for kids that instead of fighting the cancer, they're just accepting it and living their life.
Deep.
Yeah. And it was like, it was very like Jesus Christ at the beginning, but then like creepy stuff starts happening at this house, because like that's what it is. It's like there's a morgue downstairs for all the people that have died throughout the house, and there's like classes of stuff and people, and pretty much like all these kids that are in the current class of people that are still dealing with cancer there at midnight, which is 2 hours past the curfew. That's a hard curfew for them. They all sneak down to the library, gather around a table, and they tell like ghost stories pretty much to each other to like scare each other, because the line that got me that was like, man, this is actually like crazy, is like, how can you scare a person that's already received the most scary news in their life?
True.
and I was just like, this is good. I like this, so I'm
I'd
gonna
be
keep
running at
watching
life
that.
guns blazing if that was the case.
Yeah.
Like, man, whatever.
But yeah, man, pretty good so far, to say the least.
Nice.
Lots of
Nice,
content that I'm
nice.
watching and playing. Apparently. So yeah,
Yes, man. I aim to be like you.
yeah. You don't get much of a personal life, I will say. You just play a lot of games. You at least talk to people. I talk to the voices in my head.
Yeah, but I mean, what are we saying about that? Like, what are we weighing here? Like, do I want to talk to these people? Like, are we talking
Your
about my
family?
family? I didn't
That's
know.
what I
You
was-
just said people. Like, I don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're part of the people, so in theory.
They don't count. They come included. Like, I feel like they're like a prerequisite. Like, they don't count as like you're out in the world talking to people.
All right. Well, I guess it's time for the news then. All right. The news brought to you by
On
YouTube.
to the news. Brought to you by YouTube.
By our YouTube channel. Go subscribe and
Go do that stuff.
so I can shave my fucking head.
He won't do
Dude,
it if you don't subscribe. I'm
so mad at the bitch made short that I posted today.
Why?
1,400 views.
Wait, you did tell me this. You sent me this.
I was so mad, dude. I'm like, I've posted shorts for the past like month that have been getting 3-4 views on them. And I post that, and right now it's at 1,800. 72 likes. Like,
what is the algorithm?
I don't get. So fucking annoying. Like, it does not make any sense. Like, I have 3 shorts here in a row, not any views whatsoever. And then on TikTok, the same one that just got 1,800 on shorts, like 200 maybe views.
BS.
Whatever. It's fucking stupid.
It is.
All right. The news brought to you by nobody. Welcome to the news.
Okay.
We don't got much.
No. We're going to power through, though.
Yeah. And we got hella questions because y'all randomly decided to blow us the fuck up after I asked, like, hey, anyone got like maybe a question? And then
I mean, technically, I guess it's not randomly if you prompted them.
Yeah. The explosion of questions, I would say, would be more random. Like, they did like the Batista machine gun of fucking questions at us.
Yes.
You know Batista, right?
Of course. Wrestler.
Yeah. He's Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay. I genuinely didn't know if you knew who he was. Like, actually,
the machine, the gun part.
Oh, that was like his old entrance. Like when his music would like hit, it'd be like, "I walk alone," and then, and like like the fireworks would go off, and he would like do a Gatling gun.
Yes. I used to love when he did that.
Yeah, you know,
I do.
It's very good.
The Steam Deck dock, Chris. Tell us all about it. You have it.
I do have it. Shit. Man, oh man, am I haven't used it. Let's just put it this way. I haven't used it for like the actual purpose so far.
Yeah.
But for what it is and how much it costs compared to third-party ones, oof.
So should I just get the third-party one?
I would say so. Considering the fact that all the only differences that I have seen between this and the third-party ones are that some of the third-party ones have less slots in the back, maybe, for like screens or USB ports or whatever. But that also can be a thing that you just get a splitter for, which is just an extra piece of
USB
hardware
thingy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super hard to do. So that's the only thing I have mentally about it. I am trying to use that though in the new year, probably for a new set of streams that I kind of want to get into, which I've talked to you about.
Yeah, we talked about.
I'll tease it a bit. Let's just say that my grandfather has a house with a lot of empty rooms in it. And
that's right. You heard it first. We're starting our own Save Before Quitting stream house live from Chris's grandpa's crib.
I would do that. That'd be pretty slick. But
so, get ready.
Yeah.
We're going to call ourselves the house is going to be the Sugar Mouth House. Welcome.
Sugar Mouth House.
Create your content in the Sugar Mouth House.
dude, what if like when we go to do our LLC and shit for like the business, we do Sugar Mouse Studios?
I like Sugar Mouse Studios. If we were to
I
get
kinda
like a
like that.
studio space, we should just call it Sugar Mouse Studios.
Oh yeah, that would be the best shit ever. It's like, oh yeah, where'd you record your album at? Sugar Mouse Studios?
So you know it's good.
And then they're like, what's Sugar Mouth? And then you send them the episode of Sugar Mouth to understand it. Then we get more subscribers, and it's a fucking cycle.
Either that or somehow people unsubscribe.
I will cry.
These guys are idiots. Okay,
Yeah,
the real reason, the real teaser. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot that was what we were talking about. Completely.
It's not the actual. What I said is not real. Go.
Yeah. No, but when I was younger, a younger lad, I mean, I don't anymore too much, but a young boy, I played the drums. And my drum set is in the attic of their place because I had nowhere to store it here because it used to be in the corner right over here in my room, but I don't have room for it now in general when I got my PC. And this was like when I went to school for animation. Like I just couldn't do both at the same time with the lack of space that I had. Right. So we packed it up, tossed it in the attic over there. So in theory, they might not be good anymore because it's been like maybe almost 10 years now, almost, I think. Maybe a little bit, maybe like 8 or 7 years. And, you know, weather happens and attics aren't regulated through temperature, so they could just be completely fucked. But I want, in theory, to do drum streams. And because I feel like that's a fun thing to do, it's technically a form of exercise, but I also just want to get back into it a little bit. Yeah. Because I just haven't. So, yeah. That's what
kindle that.
Yeah. I might even get just like an electric kit off Amazon if like they are fucked up in the attic. Like if we go to like take them down and set it up in one of the rooms, then and like they're fucked, and like I would have to like buy new heads, pretty much a new drum set entirely because the wood's probably going to be like fucked from the amount of like cold and heat that it went through the seasons.
Right.
Maybe the cymbals are brittle, they don't work anymore. I'll just get like an electronic kit, which will technically make things easier for audio capture set like perspective. Yeah. Because they would all just go into a mixer that would also have the microphones for me. And then also the sound would just go directly into my headphones and the mixer.
It should work theoretically.
Stream Deck, which I would be streaming from.
Yes.
Because you don't really need much going on hardware wise, I would assume. And the Steam Deck could most definitely like probably handle a mixer and stream from it. I think
so, because it's not it's not overpowering the Steam Deck or anything. It's just channeling its audio through it.
Pretty much. And then the only thing would just be like, you know, internet connection and then like the actual program of OBS that I'd have to use instead of Streamlabs OBS, because Streamlabs is only for Windows and the Steam Deck is Linux based. So there is a Linux based Steam, or there's a Linux based OBS, which is just the baseline product that's not really user friendly, which is why we use Streamlabs OBS, which is a little bit more user friendly. There's much more plugins and add-ons that are straightforward as opposed to the regular one where you have to like manually set everything up, and it's also just harsh looking as well. But yeah, I could deal with that on a Steam Deck. My doorbell just rang. Hold on. All right. All good. All right. I guess the next news is actually Overwatch, ironically.
Wait, did we finish the Steam Deck talk about drums and I thought I cut you off. All right, that's fine.
I didn't have much more to say. That was about it.
I got you.
All right, so back to the news.
Yes.
As we said in the intro and what we were playing, Overwatch 2 has been, experiencing a shit ton of bad times after getting allegedly DDoSed on release day. They were DDoSed again about 2 days ago, I believe. And they had to take the game down. And they had a couple downtimes that were posted. And it was weird because like they tweeted when the downtimes would be in Pacific time. And then like they would go down beforehand, like by hours. Like it was almost like they weren't doing an accurate time, which was kind of annoying to me at least. I didn't care too much because I have Cyberpunk and it's whatever. But Thank you to CLD for posting the link of everything that they're trying to pay us back with. They tossed it up on their Overwatch account on Twitter if you want to go check it out and see what it looks like. But thank you. We're recording. It's okay. Please close the door. She said hello.
Hi, Chris's mom.
He said hello. Now make sure my door is closed, please, and thank you. Jesus Christ.
Special guest.
Anyway, moving forward. So as a little apology, and I'm gonna get into this in a second of my opinions because both Haptic and me have this opinion. They're giving us some free shit at the upcoming Halloween event.
Yes.
They're giving us a health pack weapon charm, a new Reaper skin, which is the Cursed Captain.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a couple weekends, there's going to be 2 times XP.
Okay.
Now,
Come on, I'm following.
The thing. I don't believe that this Reaper skin was made in the 2 weeks or less than a week that this game has been out.
Oh, yeah. I think this was probably something they had planned.
Yeah.
And they needed something now to show good faith. And they get that Reaper skin out.
I'm 100% sure that this skin was either going to cost money in the event, which I mean is like, okay, cool, we get it for free. It was going to cost money. Or this was going to be the way they're going to do their Halloween and holiday events from now on, where that maybe like there's like a mini battle pass, and this was just going to be the skin in that, I think, is what I'm guessing. So I don't know how I feel. Like, here's the thing. Sure, give me a skin. I don't care, whatever. I don't really think it makes up for it.
Yeah.
In the Discord, either. Anna mentioned maybe they should have just given us in-game money to buy whatever skin we wanted. I think that would have been phenomenal. And then also this Reaper skin. Like, it should have been, here's the Reaper skin. Also, here's 2,000 in-game tokens. Buy a legendary skin that you want. Sorry for all the bullshit. We appreciate your patience.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a little bit better.
If you want to do the 2 times XP as well, that's fine. But I feel like that's not that big of a deal because XP doesn't really matter anymore because you don't get loot boxes. And the battle pass, if you finish it faster, there's no big deal. Who cares?
I think they're just hitting you with enough buzzwords to try to get your dopamine flowing enough to where it's like, oh, this is an actual reward. Yeah. This is great.
But yeah, I mean, the skin looks cool. I'm not much of a Reaper fan anymore as of late. And then the charm that you can put on any of your character's weapons, it's just the med pack, which is, I don't want to say lazy, but like you already have the in-game model for this. So like this one's a little bit more believable that they did it in the week leading up, because it's like you just take the model for the health pack, put a little keychain thing on it, and then give it the physics that it can of the other charms. It's not that hard to do with an in-game engine. Yeah. It's a lot of copying and pasting of rules of like solids and whatnot, and it's fine. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. I don't want to sound greedy.
It's not that I don't think it's enough. I just don't think it's what's the word? I don't think this
genuine
makes up for, it doesn't match the gravity of what happened.
Yeah.
And it seems like, hey, throw this in front of them, bright lights.
They'll forget about it.
They'll forget. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know how to feel about it, to say the least. I'm not mad at them giving us items. I'm just, when you look at it, like logically, there's no way in hell that this skin was that big of a deal. And it's even that big of a deal in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough of a make good. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Even with a couple weeks of double XP, like, because that just is going to get you through the battle pass quicker. The battle pass quicker doesn't do anything. There's not even enough like in-game currency in the battle pass for you to buy anything that's worth a damn. And they're charging Fortnite prices for skins now, which like it makes sense. It's a free-to-play model, so whatever. So it's like $20 a skin now. But like I don't know, dude. It's just I don't think it's enough.
The two things don't equal.
Yeah. Which, I mean, maybe they do some more stuff for us in the future. if people complain about it. I haven't really looked at the online response to this yet. If anyone has like an issue with it, I'm actually going to literally go to the Overwatch page and see if there's any like tweets below that people are saying like, really, this is it. Looks like that's pretty much what people are saying. Yeah, so
I don't know, man. They kind of.
And there's still people complaining about missing stuff too, which is insane. Like people are still missing items that they've earned in game, but
at this point, time just has to pass for them so that people are like, all right, we've been playing it this long. I'm not even thinking about it anymore.
yeah,
all the bullshit.
Yep. I don't know, but that's about it when it comes from the Overwatch front. As of the current moment, the game is working. As of the current moment, I don't know why they keep getting DDoS attacked, and I don't understand why. Or if it's like a targeted thing, like people are doing this on purpose. I mean, obviously, someone's doing it on purpose, but like for me, I feel like when someone gets DDoSed and like their servers get fucked like this, and the game pretty much gets almost unplayably destroyed, there's a reason and a motive behind it. Like how, like, you know, the people like got CD Projekt Red's source code for Cyberpunk and Witcher and shit like that. Like there was a motive behind it because they were trying to extort the company for money, trying to sell it. I don't see the motive in this unless it's just Blizzard is bad because of the stuff they allowed to happen at their company in the past.
Unless it's just actually malicious and trying to get people's info or some shit.
That too, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird time right now where I'm like, I don't understand what you think you're doing. You know, like, it's not that big of a deal at the moment, but what are you gonna do? Right. Yeah, that's that right there.
I think that's all for the news in the Discord. Some other little small things happened. The Meta Quest Pro was announced, and it costs. This is the headline from GameSpot. The Meta Quest Pro was announced, and it costs 3 PS5s. So a $1,500 VR machine.
No, thank you. No, thank you. God of War went gold this past week.
That's nice.
So we are very, very much waiting for that to come. Speaking of it to come, you're off that week.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And won't be able to come.
I mean, well, it's probably better that I don't attempt to, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I know this was originally a idea from CLD, which ironically came to fruition. I didn't expect it to happen like this, but I've said episodes ago that after my second son, I'm getting a vasectomy, and I went for the consultation last week, and they asked me, when would you like your procedure done? And I told them November 8th, which I should have said the 7th.
So that you would,
also be playing Sonic Frontiers for a whole day. Only reason I didn't is because I wasn't sure at this point in the year exactly how much PTO was going to be left. So I was like, well, let me say the 8th, so it's less days. But regardless, I'm off that week.
Hell yeah.
So I'll be
I'm also off that week.
Icing my nuts, playing some video games.
I'll be sitting, not touching my nuts, playing video games as well.
Not during the daytime hours, right?
Yeah. No, I'm completely off as well. I requested off the day off.
I'm talking about
today.
your nuts.
Oh.
You said not touching my nuts. It's like not during the daytime hours anyway.
Sometimes, you know, if you gotta get one lunch sometimes. Yeah. When you work from home, you got to release the demons sometime, you know?
A little afternoon delight.
Who said afternoon?
9 a.m. Just we're here. Like.
Anyway.
You go to the gym, man. You don't even need to go to the gym. Your forearm is an amazing gym.
I don't need to go to the gym. I'm getting a pump at home. I Episode 99, baby.
Squittles, ladies and gentlemen.
Squittles. God damn it. Other stuff in the news, more Fortnite news, ironically. Yet another skin has been added to the game or is coming very soon of Dwayne The Rock Johnson again. But this time as Black Adam. I will admit it does look cool for what it is. I don't think I'm seeing that movie opening weekend at all because I'm not insane. But you know, it is the second time he's in the game technically because he is the one of the main characters from 2 seasons ago of the Fortnite lore characters of the 7. He was unmasked and it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So he's in the game with that and now as Black Adam, which is pretty fucking neat if I do say so. He's technically tied Zendaya, who's in the game twice as well. She's as Mary Jane from Spider-Man and then also from Dune, her character. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, he's coming to Fortnite pretty soon. And then I assume probably in the middle of next month, I'm going to say that they're going to tease towards the Miles skin coming in December because of Across the Spider-Verse. So we'll see that eventually.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
I would assume. But yeah. That's about all I got. I don't know if there's anything else that's like worth even mentioning. Gotham Knights got its official gameplay launch trailer. I'm excited for this game.
It's so close now that at this point I'm just like, all right, well, let's just see what happens now.
Oh yeah. A lot of reviews have come out from people getting early access to it and whatnot, and it's been positive so far. Obviously, there's people that are complaining that it's too much like the Arkham City and Arkham Knight games, just because it's been almost 10 years now and it feels like it's the same game, but just with different characters playing it. And to that, I say that's just dumb. I'm sorry. Like, WB and DC are never going to reinvent the wheel. They did it once with the Arkham series. This is when they made their wheel. And I don't think they're going to leave that wheelhouse because it fucking works.
The alliteration right now, the wordplay, I'm liking.
I'm great at metaphor when high. I'm not even high. It's slightly. What's the equivalent of buzzed to high for like when it's like drinking? Like I have a buzz to like high.
People still use buzz for high. But okay. I think there's a better word though. I was about to say fried, but fried is really high.
Juicy. Name the movie.
What?
Name the movie that's from.
I don't know.
Juicy.
It's not hitting me. I have no idea what that's
Bigfoot shows up right after that's said.
I'm more confused.
Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. When he's in the forest and he eats the mushroom and he's like,
he's all climbing the tree, falls in the water. Yeah. It's been a while since I see that.
Sasquatch is my daddy and he's gonna protect me.
I feel bad now for not knowing what that was.
Podcast over. We're not doing episode 100.
You're right. Wouldn't that be the ultimate like tease? Like, well, no 100 now. It's over.
That'd be hilarious.
This pod disbands and ends at 99. What?
Wait,
what
what
happened?
the fuck? I'm looking at a story regarding the Steam Deck. And they apparently Steam themselves posted an image with one of the emulator programs on the advertisement pretty much saying, hey, emulate games that are Nintendo.
And it's the worst. Yeah, it's the worst company to have it. It's fucking Nintendo Switch's emulator.
Oh, no.
You know that guy's fired.
I don't know. That's a choice. Like, that's an intentional choice. That has to go through a couple people before it makes its way out.
I always thought that when I saw it, I was like, if that was an accident, then that guy's done.
That can't be an accident, I don't think. Because it's not one person, because you got to go through like an art department to make it in the first place. Then you got to go to like some sort of person who's going to look it over and improve it for social media. Then you have the social media person that posted themselves and the team behind that. So that has to go through a couple different like doors to get out. So
True.
maybe that's like almost like a statement from Steam and Valve.
But that's risky. That's a risky game to play with a company like Nintendo, who's never scared to like just sue and take legal action and.
But what could they sue for? Because it's just a tool to do that. It's not actually doing it. And
now that you say that, I'm sure they saw that and was like, we should. And somebody was like, well, I guess technically, legally, we can't.
Like, I don't think they have any ground to, like, in theory, it's like inciting people to go and emulate Switch games. But like, in theory, I would assume that emulator can also run other things besides just Switch content. Maybe.
I don't know. Like when
what is it, Yuzu?
Because the logo has the Switch stuff on it.
It does.
I think it's just for Switch.
If it's just for Switch, then in theory they could sue the people that made the app, but not Steam for having it advertised on their deck.
Yeah.
But it does make me feel like Valve is making some sort of a statement by doing that, because then in turn they're kind of slapping Nintendo in the face, like, fuck you and your games.
Right.
Like, we're the handheld market now. Go fuck yourselves.
Right.
Interesting. I'm curious to see if this actually develops as a thing. Because that, while that looked like a minuscule headline, it seems like there's a little bit behind that, more so if you break it down a little bit. So I'm interested. I'm drama, yo.
We will see. We'll see. I'll see what they do.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited to see where that goes. But
what's up, Trent? When I'm done.
When you're done, that you have them.
That's what I said. No need to reiterate the statement. Go sit down, please. Anyway.
All right. So it is time for the question section of the podcast. We got to get this donezo so Ant can get back to being the family man, or maybe getting some free time for himself tonight. We'll see. But there was one question in the Discord prior to everyone else tossing their stuff in. And that question is from King Ryan. Do you think there's a reason for games recently, within the past year or two, getting put out before they're ready to hit the streets? I feel like there's a lot of games that have been released with crippling glitches and bugs that should have just waited until all of the issues were resolved and put out. Similar to seeing games getting pushed back, do you think studios/investors are pushing too much for quick releases instead of quality game? Guess that was technically a two-part question after rereading it, he said.
Yes.
It is a two-part question, but I feel like they go hand in hand. Ironically, right below that question, Tuscan Sun responded in the Discord, "Hello, I like money," the Mr. Krabs gift.
That's it. That's the answer.
Yeah, I hate to say it's that simple, but it really is. The only thing that complicates it, or like at least makes it like, is the people who decide to push it back. Like there are investors that only care about money, and there are investors that care about money and like return on investment, like people coming back to this for like reasons. Like you look at something like Cyberpunk 2077, where that came out literally crippled to the point where people that were not on a high-end PC or a next-gen console could not play. And fucking,
but also
it was put out way early.
But yeah, true. And also the fact that it was marketed so well for so long that even though it was bad, it sold like a AAA blockbuster, like perfect game.
Yeah. And with what the game is now, not even gonna put that in the conversation, but like it was pushed back already like 3-4 times before it even came out. So like it's one of those things where sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and just shove it out there. If this is somewhat in reference to Overwatch 2, I feel like that's a little bit different just because it's a little bit out of their hands. If the DDoSes are actually what caused everything to happen, which I don't believe. But other than that, yeah, man, it's really all about money. Like they don't give a shit if the game's good or not. Just put it the fuck out and then get to work on the next one that's going to make more money.
And it depends on the company, because if we're talking about like the heavy hitters, like like Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Sony Santa Monica, like those companies have just earned the cachet to take however long they need to take because they've already, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So they're going to get the money regardless. Not to say that they're lazy. I mentioned them because like those I feel like those are three companies you don't have to worry about that at all.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw, I guess, Nintendo's main games in there as that kind of company because you're going to take long, but you know they're going to sell. Like Mario Kart 8 is still selling copies. Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto 5, shit like that. Like those companies, you know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. But if you think about the boom of the looter shooter and the battle royale, and then almost every single company was just making one and shitting them out and like, oh, battle royale, oh, always online. Like those games were being rushed to market. And that's why a lot of them kind of fell off the wayside because it was like, well, if it's not going to be better than Fortnite, Call of Duty, and originally Player Unknown, was it
PUBG?
If it wasn't going to be better than that, or Apex, like those are like the top right now. And now you could throw Overwatch in there. Not that that's a battle royale.
Apex,
there it is. But once that boom hit, you saw so many companies trying to make those games. Some survive, like even though it's not as big. Like I think Valorant was around for a while.
Valorant's still
around,
big.
Still around. I'm tripping. There's one, I forgot who it was, but there's one company that made one and it failed. Then they made another one and it failed. Then the company kind of was like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. But I forget the game. I don't know.
It'll come to you literally when we end the show.
Of course it will. But that just became a thing. And then even like the games that came straight to like the PlayStation Store. What was the dodgeball game?
Knockout City.
Like games like that became huge. So you got your party games, you got your Knockout City, you got your Fall Guys, you got what's the one that just came out? Rumbleverse. And I don't think those are necessarily rushed. I just think that when investors and big companies see these trends, they're like, get it out the door, get it out the door, get it out the door. We don't hurry up and finish it, get it out the door. And they're always online so they can constantly be updated. So they don't need to worry about coming out with a perfect game immediately.
True.
People are going to try to exist in it. And if it's good enough, people will hang around and it can just be updated until it's great.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope that answers the question because I feel like that's the most simple answer is money. Yes. Everything else that's more in depth is that. All of that. Go listen to it again. Words. All right. Then I posted in the Discord, and I guess we're going to kind of speed run of these questions because a couple of them we could speed run through. I asked you guys over in the Discord, !Discord in the Twitch chat if you want to get to that link, or just go in the link in the bio down here to join up on the Discord.
Do it.
But Unigov hit us with about 4 questions, but 3 at the start. First one being, how does it feel to be at the 100-yard line?
We're at the 99th right now, but I get what you're saying. It feels good. Not that I didn't think that this was going to be a possibility, but when we started, it was like, for me, it seemed kind of obvious that we could pull it off, like go long enough to pull this off. But to actually be at 100 now, and then thinking back about everything that's happened over the last 100 episodes, 2 years and 100 episodes, it's like, I feel like even if it's a relatively small scale to certain people, I feel like we achieved something great in 100 episodes. I feel good about it.
Very good, consistent, long-term relationship.
Yes. You, man. You.
Noises.
Old man.
Back in my day,
we did 99 episodes.
Back in my day, we actually ate the grass. We didn't smoke it.
We did podcasts on newspaper.
Our podcasts were talking to the radio. They just never responded back.
It was a lonely time.
You ever watch a baseball game without watching a baseball game? I have.
Old man, this is a Wendy's. Either order the burger or get out of line. There are people behind you. We're doing improv
Back
again.
in my day, the corners were never cut in Wendy's burgers. They were fresh, always frozen. Anyway, after that, any thoughts on the new
freezer, old man?
How many times did I tell you this, old man?
Teach you this lesson, old man.
Thoughts on the new Fire Emblem game?
Do you None. Next.
I hate to say it, but also same. I've never played
I'm
one.
I'm not a Fire Emblem guy. Like I've never played them, so I don't know. I don't know what thoughts to have on it.
It just looks like Dragon Ball Z, but D&D. And less
Dragon
cool.
Ball and D.
Dragon Ball D&D. And then which console? I assume that says console.
You go for which council has the best controller?
The Council of the Vancelord.
That answers that.
TikTok. But I don't want to default and say PlayStation 5.
I was about to say, I was like, the default is placed, even if it wasn't 5, just like the DualShock / DualSense design.
But if I had to say DualShock, I would say the PS5 version, though, because the haptic triggers and feedback is on another level that I feel like we haven't even gotten to experience to the fullest capability yet at the moment with any games, really. I feel like the closest we've gotten is with the Astro's Playroom that came default with the PS5. But other than that, like it's when it works and like you can like walk through rain and you feel the raindrops in your hands and like it brings you more into the game, or you go to pull the trigger on a gun and the trigger has like a little bit of toughness to push and then it like lets go after a certain point and it emulates how an actual gun works. Like it's weird. It feels weird, but at the same time, it's good. Like in Horizon, when you go to pull back your bow and it's
it feels great.
Aiming and pulls back and it feels slow and like how it should with that.
The swinging Spider-Man.
That
Miles Morales. It's a lot. Like that is right now the ultimate controller.
And you can use it on PC too, which is another thing that's crazy. I thought that you couldn't, and you can, which is insanity. Other than that, if you just want an all-round controller, just gonna work on everything, Xbox controller right now is phenomenal. I have the what's it called one? This guy.
Same.
I literally bought this. Yeah, I bought the anniversary Xbox controller after never owning an Xbox in my life, and it works phenomenally on PC. I've used it on games like Overwatch, Little Nightmares, and a couple of others as well, like Halo. And it's a good, like, I don't have anything else, and here's a controller that will work on both an Xbox and then also your PC if you play that way.
I think that the PlayStation 5 is the favorite. I think the Xbox controller is the all-around go-to. If you have to pick one to play anything on anything, you'll pick that one.
100%. And then the real answer for the best console ever made is the Wii U. Okay, moving on.
Controller? The good old nunchuck? The fucking dongle?
CLD mentioned revisit fatal flaw in video games question. I'm not sure what that means.
What did we say? Did we say anything about the fatal flaw? Did we not answer that?
When was that? That was
September 30th.
I thought we did answer that.
I thought we answered that too. I'm just trying to. I don't remember what my answer was.
Or did we not? Yeah, we had to have. I think we did. You did. CLD did post a different one though, so we'll do that one. Okay. What game hit you in the feels the hardest?
I don't know. Journey's up there. What?
Journey from PS3?
I think that's the same Journey I'm thinking of. Am I thinking of the right game?
Are you talking about the one that you're in like the desert and it's in sand?
Okay, maybe I'm not thinking of the right game.
Yeah, because Journey is one of my top 5 games. It's a PS3 game that it's
wrong game. What am I thinking of?
I really don't know now. Destiny.
I don't know what game I'm thinking of.
what is it like? Like, what is the concept of the game? What do you do and play?
I'm really drawing a blank now. What game was I thinking of?
I have no idea.
Okay, disregard. You answer
Okay.
first.
God damn. If I have to pick one, I'm gonna give an honorable mention to one preemptively.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go honorable mention to PS4 Spider-Man just because the Aunt May stuff at the end really fucks with me on like an actual like level, because it's like it's hard to watch that decision be made, and it's one of those ones where obviously, since it's a narrative based game, it's not like a choose your own adventure. Like, you can't make that decision and you just have to deal with it. That's the decision that, even if you did have the choice, that's the decision that Spider-Man would pick.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard to deal with that's the reality of what you would have to do if you were in that situation.
Right.
So it really got me. But I would probably have to say Last of Us 2.
I was thinking Last of Us.
Last of Us 1 definitely got me, but at the same time, not as much as Last of Us 2, because Last of Us 2 tugs on your heart in so many different directions where it wants you to feel bad for literally everyone. And then you end up, I mean, at least for me, I ended up completely switching camps and not even agreeing with the main characters, even though I felt for them still. Like, that's the worst part. It's like I still have this terrible guilt that I don't support you anymore, but at the same time, like, I can't, you know.
My pick was going to be Last of Us 2 because it makes you feel in a way. It's not just straight up I feel sad or forlorn, or I feel it makes you feel in a way that a game has not made you feel before, because it makes you almost hate characters you loved.
It changes an entire game.
Right. And then
Last of Us 1, I can't look at the same at all anymore.
Yeah.
And then in a good way.
Even
for context.
I mean, no spoilers for Last of Us 2, but like, I'll be very vague for people who haven't beat Last of Us 2. But the last, like, quote unquote fight at the end of that, before the boat, is like it's like sad, and it's not sad and like this is making me feel something. It's sad and like I feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
I've never felt sorry for a video game character like that before.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That game fucks with you so much.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Other than that, I don't know if there's been many. Like, I definitely not God of War. I feel like God of War never really hit me in the feels. As good as the game is, I never was emotionally attached to it.
Me neither.
Nothing with like Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Like, I love that. That's another game where like I love it, but the story didn't grab me.
Yeah.
And like I didn't have a moment where I was like, I was pulled in, because like I feel like even with the first Spider-Man game, like I wasn't pulled in emotionally until that last scene. Like, that was the one scene that got me, and that's why it's honorable mention. But like, I don't think the Miles game had that too much. Like, his like hard decision moment, besides like the fact, spoilers for Miles Morales, that his friend was the main big bad, kind of like.
Yeah. It has notes in it like, I can see how you feel, but it doesn't rile me up in the same way.
Exactly, because like, and it also feels a little bit more random with that friend, because I don't think she's like a character that's in the comics or like has like a pre-written history that we know about, like a character like Aunt May, where it's not the comic Aunt May or the movie one from the Sam Raimi series or even the Amazing series or the what's her name, Tomei one that's hot as fuck.
The No Way
the most
Home,
recent one,
the Home series,
the Holland one,
Holland verse.
Mary Jane, not Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Anyway,
Aunt May.
But Aunt May in goddamn Aunt May. Anyway, but that character, we know, like, everyone can relate to having an Aunt May, or like a character that takes care of you your whole life, or like an old family member or someone that you're just extremely close with like that. And then looking at that decision and being like, wow, I would have to do what Spider-Man does. Like it's such a hard decision to make, but
very.
Yeah. I don't think Miles
Can't
really
imagine
captured that. So
No.
that's just me. Other than that, I don't think any others really hit me in the feels too much.
Nah.
I mean, Cyberpunk is kind of getting me there a little bit with what the story is regarding. Like when one character, no spoilers because I feel like nobody's actually played this game and they probably will eventually because it's good now. There's a character that you end up losing that like she or he did not need to get lost in that way, but you know, it was kind of your fault at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it gets you sometimes in Cyberpunk, and then other times you're just finding butt plugs on the street. So
of course, and that's the comic relief.
And that's what really gets you.
And gives you certain people relief.
Hell yeah. After that, Yuki in the chat has asked if you could change one thing from the past in regards to the pod, what is it and why? With the joke that I think you're making.
Yeah, it's there. I feel like the undertone is there.
The undertone is there. I don't know if I would change that per se.
No. I wouldn't change it. Yeah. But I just think that's where the minds went immediately.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like you find success through failure, and I see some of the stuff that happened in the past as a failure of many things, to say the least.
I wouldn't call it a failure. It's just because technically we didn't fail anything.
Oh no, not us failing, but like that all around us was failure, and it was surrounding us very much so. Like we were encapsulated by this failure of a human being, and through that failure that we were massively affected with, both, what's the word I'm looking for, both personally and then business wise, technically, I guess is the way that I want to say it. Like we, through that failure, found something greater than we had prior.
It's beautiful,
which I think is great, and I very much enjoy that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think because I said one thing we would change, so I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be anything that went wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's so hard, you know, like with something like this, only because
you know what I'd change? I would make our TikTok not go viral.
I don't know, man. I put fire under us though.
It put fire under us, but now it's nothing. It's not even an ember because fucking TikTok is stupid. You made us go viral one time, and then we got like a shit ton of followers, and we've been stuck at the same number for fucking almost a year now since that came out.
No one's telling their friends to tell their friends.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And then like it's just there's no click through. That's the like that.
Yes.
As opposed to building like a slow audience over time, which would have been preferred, but like we didn't know that when we were viral. So like, what are you gonna fucking do?
I think I don't know. Like it's hard to really pinpoint things you would change because it's so ever evolving all the time that without the thing that happened originally, we wouldn't be at the thing that happened currently. Because a part of me wanted to be like, man, I wish I should have got a new computer before the show started. Like I had a PC, but then those recording on a Mac days were like,
those made us better, dude.
Yeah,
like
so everything that happened
solving
made us better because we had to like figure things out on the spot when shit didn't work. Yeah. And there were humbling times. Now we can just laugh at that. Like, oh man, the Mac.
I would eat Taco Bell less, I guess. Because I talked about Taco Bell a lot in early episodes. Straight up. It was like, hey, we recorded the podcast, Taco Bell.
And y'all would tease me for coming in with my salads.
Yeah. So,
Like for all we the crap we're talking on the original setup and trio. All in all, like there were some fun times in there. Like some
yeah,
memories in there. Um, so for that sake, I wouldn't change any of that. But you
yeah,
know, it was a learning process, a growing process, an evolving
yeah.
process. So I don't know. I think that I don't know if I would change much
I don't think I
because
would either.
where we are wouldn't mean as much.
Yeah.
Cue like the
Yeah.
sitcom.
I feel like that's what that question was about, to be fair.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a leading question. I'm just kidding. Next question. What does success look like to us?
Well, Sugar
I
Mouse
guess when it comes
Studios.
to honestly, yeah, I feel like if we're just gonna like straight up like put a number to everything, what I would say is success to me would be like 100,000 ish subscribers on YouTube, a couple thousand video views each video, a couple thousand, not asking for much. Um, at least maybe like 100 people in the Discord, a little bit of money coming in from the Patreon so that we're a little bit more comfortable about getting stuff and buying things and upgrading the show quicker at a more alarming rate,
Mhm.
a studio, and then I don't know, being able to go to a store and just buy a bag of socks if you need it for some reason.
Bag of
You know?
socks.
You know, just
Answer
like
that question
whenever
is
you
bag
are,
of socks.
pretty much a bag of socks.
Um, I would success to me is this show. We're sustained off of this show. Like we don't
Nice.
have to be millionaires. I don't
Oh
even need
no,
to
I don't
be.
want to do that.
I don't even need to be 100,000aire. Like if we can just like wake up and be like, all right, let's go to work. And this is
Working 9 to 5 on my fucking Steam Deck.
and we just go to like a studio and
Yeah.
knock out a whole bunch of content for the day. We hire staff. Like I would love to get to a point where it's just like some of the OG NGPs are just like no, we make enough money to sustain other
Yeah.
lives and have other avenues leading out from Save Before Quitting.
100%.
Spin that off into other content with other people. I would love that.
Fuck yeah. I'd love to have like a video editor because like I don't mind editing videos. It's just not a thing that I love to do. It's
Mhm.
one of those things where like I can do it.
Right.
Like I just have the skills necessary to do the task at hand.
Right.
If I could, I would prefer not to, but then at the same time it's like then I'm not doing anything slightly creative really besides just being wacky on camera, which
Yeah,
I mean
that
sure.
goes with the evolution. Like that's what it
Yeah.
becomes.
True.
Because
That's
if
true.
anything ever fell out, we can be like, all right, well, let's like hunker down like we used to and knock this out.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I would love to be creating. Like I would love for us to be like we always make the joke the SB4Q4 G4 thing, but I would
Mhm.
love for us to become like a G4, where it's like, all right, it's Save for Quitting is the anchor, but there's all these offshoots and other shows and other
Yeah.
content avenues.
They don't even have to be under us either. Like I would love to like have like kind of like how Haptic is with us. Like they're not directly related to us, but like
Mhm.
in theory, if you think of us or you think of them,
Yeah,
we're like adjacent to them and you can go to like similar content and like we're all friends and like whatnot.
Mhm.
So like I'd like that too. Like a
Yeah.
little like cult of not cult, but like a separate friend group inside of content making, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I get
It's
it.
not just us and our friends, but like other people that are, you know, content creators and whatnot, but that requires talking to people and I don't do that. So
You will if it's your thing. If it's this, I feel like you would do it. If not, I'll be
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll handle all the people talking.
yeah, I'll just
Right-
be in the background
Write
nodding my
down
head
what you
like,
once
yeah,
said.
we're friends now, right, guys? Please.
We get into the office and I'm just like, I'd love to cover this, but Chris can do it way better than me. And I just back up. All
And
eyes
then
on you.
I just shit myself instantaneously. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Favorite moment recording, and you can't use sugar mouth, apparently. I would say
Mm.
episode 100 is my favorite thing that we've made because
You
it's
don't know
phenomenal.
why yet.
Yeah, it's coming soon. There's some stuff coming, but it's my favorite thing that I think we've worked on because I don't know, like just the pre-game shit for it before even like coming up with the idea. Like we like sat down one day in front of Ant's computer and just like did a Word doc of like shit to do and what could be cool, what could not be cool, what could be done easily, what can be done not easily, what's like this we can get for something filming, or we could do this. Then we got to think about a bunch of other stuff. So like that was my favorite part because it's like it felt more real that day.
Oh yeah.
Where it was just like we're actually like pre-planning something as opposed to the podcast where we just come on here and we're like, y'all posted what gaming stories that we can talk about, and then we don't do research because fuck that,
Right.
you know?
Because why?
But yeah, at least for the podcast. But like when you do like the pre-production for like other shit, it feels real, and it felt really good doing that stuff, even if it was, you know, like
that
that
might be my answer too. Because whenever, yes, getting together for the podcast and stuff like that is always great and always fun and always a great time. But the handful of times we got together where it was like, hey, we're focusing on this, we're planning this. Yeah. Like it's almost like we're having like meetings about the show. And like you said, it feels real. Like it feels like a step towards what our goals are, like we just talked about on the last question.
Yeah.
It's like, 100%. All right, no, seriously, let's get down, let's write, let's itemize it, let's figure out how we're going to do this, how we're going to shoot this, how we're going to pay for this, how we're going to bring this up, and then we just execute it, and it feels really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you said, favorite moment recording, so like that. There's a lot of favorite moments to me recording. But
I just forget a lot. Like I forget we say stuff and I feel bad about it, but I'm also like, we've technically talked for 1.5 to 2 hours on a weekly basis for 2 years now. That's so many hours of words I've said.
Yes.
And I hardly remember what I did yesterday.
I like you know what? We started up like the feud. The whole family feud thing is a good time. I like, even though this goes back to the old days, but in the moment it was like nerve-wracking. But when we couldn't get the Resident Evil 8 demo down and we had to replay it and act like it was the first time. Spoiler alert, behind the scenes, that the version that went up of us playing the demo of Resident Evil 8 is us acting, because we tried to do it twice before that and it failed.
Both times. And you know how I love horror games, guys. Yeah.
Chris was forced to play through that 3 times.
The worst part was some of the jump scares got me every time. Even though I knew they were coming, they still got me. Every single, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm such a fucking bitch. Bitch made. Merch in the store right now. But yeah, man. I agree. Those were fun back then. Back in the OG studio.
Yeah.
We've technically gone through 3 studios total. Like we're on our 3rd, but we started at like 1 for like the everything in the beginning, like the pre-production of its existence. Then we moved to another one for the actual production, and then now here.
I sometimes forget the 4th one. 3.
Yeah.
The 4th one's gonna be the big one.
The first one was mainly like pre-production stuff, like the logo, the idea, and like stuff like that. But like it was still like the inception point in theory. Yeah. So
the pre-production moments also have a place in my heart, though. Me just laying on the floor in that apartment and talking to y'all while y'all are sitting. I'm like, we got to do this, and we should do this. What do you guys think about this? And just itemizing it, like those humble beginnings. When it's like we don't know how it's going to be received, but we have an idea of how we want to be presented.
Yeah. Which goes into the next question really well. What's one thing you want new people or old NGPs to take from the Save Before Quitting podcast?
I want you to be a fan of us before you're a fan of our takes on video games.
Yeah.
Because that ultimately, and I feel like I bring this up constantly, I'm a broken record at this point. Ultimately, that's what this was built on.
Yeah.
We're just giving you our genuine selves, and our common thread is video games.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I also don't think we're the most entertaining people in the world, but I think we're pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
For what we got going right now. We got some fire banter and improv as of late for the latter. But I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like it's a way to put ourselves out there too. Like I don't really do that personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't put myself forward too much, like in general. So this is like the slight opportunity I get to try and work out that muscle of this is who I am and I'm unapologetic about it.
Right.
You like that? Cool. Give me $5 a month for me to talk to you about filing taxes.
Right.
For some reason.
And it's humble beginnings now, but I don't know, we're about community, and I think we have a great one, and
yeah,
we're always open to more people joining it. And I just want people to know this is a safe space. We have fun here, but we also like, if you, and this is going to sound like an ad, but it's not really one. If you like join our Discord and stuff, like we don't always, we talk about like real shit in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have
like
to be
what white people have
games.
at Thanksgiving.
Yes. That's first and foremost, obviously, and spices.
Lack thereof of spices.
But it's fun. And then like, you know, like everybody comes in, we're welcoming everybody in. Everybody seems to be cool.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So I just want you to take our characters in mind. And when I mean character, I mean who you are as a person, not like we're not putting on as people we're not.
Kermit the Frog here.
Well, now Chris is. Now he's a character.
I'm a Mr. Stitch. Ohana means say before quitting.
These guys suck. Hit the button. The terrible Stitch.
God damn it, Bobby.
Sorry, Dad.
That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
All right, Chris.
Like soinks.
What did I say? It's getting real, Scoob. What are your hopes for the next 100 episodes?
My hopes for the next 100 episodes? I want more people to watch the shit we make. That's my main thing. Because like that, I just want like a person to see this and be like, holy shit, this is funny. I like these guys. These guys are entertaining. And then that gives me more validation that we're like, I don't need validation to keep doing this, but like adding validation on top of that is just like, it's what The Rock's talking about when he's talking about it's all about drive. It's all about straight drive. Up.
We just need to know
overdrive
that what we're doing is acceptable.
And then I mean, I want to go to at least one convention. I'm thinking about, I don't know if I talked to you about it, but I want to go to Too Many Games in PA. I think it's in Philly. I could be wrong.
I remember around there. It is in PA. I forgot exactly where, but
yeah. And like, I don't think that's going to be like a huge convention to go to, but I would love to go to that. Maybe do like a cosplay for one day, and then the next day just do like content and shit, and like make that into its own like little video series, kind of like playing off what the PAX Unplugged thing was.
Yeah.
Going to PAX East. I definitely want to do that, especially after recent findings about stuff. But you know, we need to go to PAX East, and we need to get some boxing lessons. You know, but I'm just kidding.
We'll be all right.
But no, yeah,
I'm with you on that, and I also would love. I want to grow our community. I would like to shoot more sketches and stuff. I would like. I would love it. Kind of it's hand in hand with your answer, but I would love to like as far as the the conventions go, I would love
Mhm.
for us, like how we usually be like, hey, we're streaming the Game Awards. And I would love one year for us to be like, all right, it's that time again, y'all, Game Awards, except we're at the Game Awards. And then
Dude, that'd be
doing
great.
shit from there. Yeah.
Do like the pre-show for the actual Game Awards ourselves. Dude.
Or
That'd be
even
cool.
even if we weren't at the awards, I would love for one day we'd be like, we got Jeff Keighley on the show somehow.
I want to shake Jeff Keighley's hand in the next 100 episodes.
It's possible. That's 2 years.
Yeah.
Anything could happen in 2 years. Anything
I want to
happen in
shake
2
the man's
days.
hand. That's what I'm going to make this a TikTok clip
All right.
so that I hold myself to this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to find where he likes to go to eat in California and just get it done that way. Do you like jazz? Do you like a jazz club? How about some Pizza Hut? Want some Pizza Hut,
weird.
Jeff? Want to go get some Pizza Hut, baby?
He just walks away like, okay.
Sir, do you want to go get some stuffed crust as I stuff your mind through all my ideas?
I'm at that
Baby.
point. I look at you like you ruined it. You've ruined it.
Yeah,
We
but
had
I
a-
shook his hand.
we
I
could
did
have
the thing I came
Could
for.
have had much more.
You're right. I could have gone for the cock and ball.
You could
Anyway,
have.
God damn it. After that, we have 2 more questions and we're gonna wrap it up.
I just got
And
the baby text.
do you have to go now then, or do we just call it here?
Let's hold these last 2. Maybe for the I don't know if we do let's hold these last 2 questions. We're going to answer them, but I want to hold.
Yes. We answered a lot, to be fair,
Yeah.
already. So we appreciate you guys for watching this long. If you've been from here from the beginning, jumped on in the middle, or this is your first fucking episode. Holy shit,
Yeah.
what an episode to listen to. We are off next week.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to be posting a podcast next coming Thursday and Friday,
Right.
just so that we can get everything ready for episode 100, and then also that Halloween stream type thing that we're going to most likely end up doing
Mm-hmm.
with Resident Evil 8. So
Right.
that will be a thing. But in the meantime, we will have a little bit of content up. I do still have a little bit of footage coming from the what's it called game? The game we played. Demon Throttle. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
yes,
Words
yes.
are hard. And then obviously Bitch Made will be streaming in the next week or so. I'm going to stream today if you're an Audio Amigo, or yesterday if you missed it. Go watch the VOD. Also going to
Mhm.
make a video out of the first stream and streams to come. And then maybe Ant will get on and play what he wants to play for some Bitch Made content as well.
Yeah, I'm playing on.
And then we'll be together and we'll be playing. I think the first game we're playing is Mortuary's Assistant.
yeah, we have to play that.
Yeah, that one's the first one we're playing. I feel like we've definitely missed the viral TikToks and Instagram Reels timeline of that game, but
But
we're
still,
gonna
it'll be
we're gonna
fun.
bring it back. We're gonna
Yeah.
bring it fucking back.
Got to.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Mhm.
Save Before Quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty. Okay.
And new merch in the store for the Bitch Made series. It's really cool looking, and you don't have to pay $40 for shipping for it. And if you know,
Yes.
you know.
If you know, you effing know.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, shoot us an email for any suggestions, or if you'd like to sponsor the show and you're a brand, you've listened this far, holy shit, we love you.
We do.
Also, join the Discord, link in the description, or go to the Twitch chat, type !Discord. You'll get that invite link. Only rules: don't be an asshole. Don't be the first person to break it. I don't want to block anybody.
Please don't.
I don't want to do that.
It's not
I
what
don't
we
need
came
to.
here for.
Subscribe on YouTube, because at 500 subs, Ant is going to shave my head.
Yep.
And then at 1,000, he will be doing a Gene photo shoot.
Yeah, if y'all want to stop at 999, that's cool.
Get us there. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend,
Please.
and all that. And then while you guys are waiting for episode 100 to come in 2 weeks from now, just make sure you guys always save
Save before
before quitting.
quitting.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Damn, you got to edit this.
I do, and I will later when I
Yeah.
put the fire out upstairs.
And I have to go eat my dinner that's probably cold by now after
Yes.
we had our nice little cameo. fucking
Right.
come in.
So
But-
for y'all's post credit scene, farts and dicks and butts and stuff.
I'm coming for your cock and ball, Jeff Keighley.
I'm sorry, Jeff, and I'm sorry, listeners, and we're leaving. Goodbye.
Bye.